Alright, hey, Hazemega here. Welcome to another anime figure show and tell with Ariane here from Skeleton Knight in Another World. Okay. Alright, so how did I get this figure? I got this figure, not too long ago. I got it, I received it pretty soon, but I ordered it. I ordered it in November of 2023, and I didn't get it until about February, alright, the beginning of February. Alright, I got her from Ami. Okay, she's a pre-owned figure. She is a B plus B. Alright, I think B plus means like I don't think she's been displayed or taken out of the box or something. And then B means there's something wrong with the box, alright? And there kind of is. It's kind of scuffed up, alright? I can see it's scuffed up around here. Okay. I got her from Ami for 21,580 yen, alright? Which is about $143. Not cheap. But I really wanted this figure. This figure retails for $200, guys. Shipping was $30, and I used my store credit. All right, I had 2,554 yen store credit, so that means I spent like $2,000 or something. So I don't know, man, because each yen is like $1 or something. I don't know, something like that. Or yeah, something around there. Okay, total damage was $157 to my door for this figure. All right, so Ami, 21,580 yen. The shipping was 4,620 JPY. That's about $30. Store credit, I used 2,554 yen, and then the total came out to 23,646 yen. Which is about $157. Okay, so pretty expensive figure. And I had to have her shipped by herself, all right, and surface mail. For whatever reason, this figure is so big that it had to be shipped by itself. That's what it said, all right. However, if you buy one of the brand new figures, you can combine ship it with other stuff. So I was like, oh man, I don't know. Should I just buy this one by itself? And I said, okay, I'll just buy it by itself. So you guys, I was looking. I'm looking at the price. I really wanted this figure, but I didn't really want it for full price. And well, I saved about $50. Okay, so I'll take that. But yeah, I still have to have it shipped by itself, so I didn't save all that much money. Okay, this figure is huge, guys, and this is the only figure of Ariane. Hopefully, they'll have a pop-up parade of her or something. All right. Skeleton Knight in Another World, I believe this was a pretty popular anime, okay? I think it's an anime and a manga, I think. Okay, so there it is. So, let's start the figure show and tell. Alright, let's take a look at the box first. So this is Ariane Glenys Maple. Alright, that's her full name. Hazemega knows her name because she's my waifu, okay? So here it says Skeleton Knight in Another World. I'd imagine that's what it says here in Japanese. Okay, this is a figure of Ariane. There is no scale on this figure. It's very big. The box is huge, guys, and I imagine the figure would be just as huge. Okay, my guess is it's got to be at least a 1/6 scale. All right, it's pretty big. Let me get a manga. Okay, I just happen to have this manga lying around. It's this is screwed up, but I was reincarnated as a girl. All right, and that's how big. It's about almost two mangas tall. All right, it's like you can put 4 mangas in there. All right, it's that big, guys. All right, so there you go. All right, provided that one is kind of a small one, but yeah, pretty big box. All right, pretty big figure. There's no scale on it. I think it says it's 250 millimeters. All right, that's how tall it is. So it's kind of it. I looked everywhere and I can't find a scale for it, but if you were to give it a scale, probably 1/6. What I could probably do is pull out one of my 1/6 scale figures, and then we'll put them right next to each other, and we'll see if she's like close to a 1/6. But this figure is big, all right? Okay, and this is the only figure of Ariane right now, so that's why it costs so much. Okay. And I'd imagine I don't think the price, it doesn't look like the price is going to drop anytime soon, alright? Unless you find like a used one like I did. Okay, so here's a picture of the figure. It's got a, so let's call that 75% window on the front. Would this make a good box figure? Yeah, it would make a good box figure. Unfortunately, the plastic is all scuffed up and stuff. I'm wondering if I can use like a scratch remover to fix that. I'm not sure. Okay, but here we've got a picture of the top of the figure. All right, and then it says copyright something here. Union Creative is the one that produces this figure. Also, like, wait, guys. Okay. All right, there's this side. Here you've got a view of the full figure. All right, look, there sees a flame effect. Nice. All right, Skull Knight in the other world. It says Ariane in the background. All right, there's a picture of like a castle back there. Pretty cool. All right, there's the back. We got a picture of like maybe a 3/4 shot of the figure, a half shot of the figure from a different angle, and a full shot of the figure from the back. Okay, there it is, unioncreative.jp. It is made out of ATBC PVC, and there must be some kind of special PVC and ABS. All right, and this sticker here, this is an Ami Ami sticker for their pre-owned figures. This is a B+ B figure. Okay. I believe this is the retail price of the figure right here, 27,500 yen, guys. That's like probably like around $230. Yeah, dude, this is not a cheap figure, guys. Okay, I wish there was a cheaper figure, if you ask me. All right. Okay, and it's made in China, like all the other figures. All right. What isn't made in China nowadays? Oh yeah. Oh, here's some more. Here's some more info. Okay, so it says here Poly Toys. It says tear. It's 260 millimeters tall. All right, that's what I think that says. We will go look at the My Figure collection in a bit. All right. Okay, there, and that's the same picture as the other side. Okay. And then let's take a look at the top of the box. Okay, the top of the box says Ariane. There's a little cutout. I would say that's maybe like a 45% window to get some light in there. All right, and then the bottom is kind of nothing. Okay, it's kind of like a marble pattern or something. Kind of cool. Okay, the box is ginormous. Okay, guys, if it wasn't so big, it probably wouldn't cost so much to ship. Okay, all right, so here's some more information from My Figure collection. All right, it's pre-painted. It's from Skull Knight in Another World. Her name is Ariane Glenys Maple. It's from Union Creative International Limited. That's the manufacturer. The artist is Poly Toys. Okay, so that in the back it said Poly Toys. All right, so that's the sculptor. All right, they're the one that that molded the figure. All right, and we'll see. We'll get to see how good their work is in a bit. All right, and Terr. All right, TERR. As the color producer or painter, right? They're the one that painted the figure. Okay, this was released on September 16, 2023 for 25,000 JPY. All right, yeah, it's around 220, 230 or something. Okay, and it says dimensions, the height is 250 and the back it said 260, so whatever. Okay, all right, let's do the unboxing. Okay, there's the inside of the box. It's a kind of peach color, all right, a solid peach color. Nothing to write home about. I see like a little hair in there. Okay, yes, it has been opened before, for sure, all right. All of the tapes were cut, okay. There was only a little piece of tape that someone had put on there, okay. All right. Okay, there she is, the lovely Ariane Glenys Maple. All right, I love her. She's so beautiful, sexy, cute, and strong. Okay, and she's an elf. All right, there's a, you know, that she ticks a lot of boxes, guys. Is what I want to say. All right, and we're gonna check her out. Is what I want to say. All right. Okay, so this figure comes out in 4 pieces, alright? And the assembly is a pain in the butt, guys, alright? So you've got the base, alright? The base is huge, alright? You can see it it's literally the same size as my rotating stand, alright? And the flame effect is already attached to it, alright? And there's this, like, the base is this rock thing, alright? We'll take a closer look at it in a bit. Alright? And then there's the figure itself. All right, I didn't even get her on there all the way, man. Come on. There we go. All right, so there's a super long, like it's got to be like a 1-inch long steel peg holding her up. Is she gonna droop in the future? No way. There's no way this figure is drooping. All right, it's a super long steel peg. All right, and then there is also another steel peg. All right, a smaller one, holding the other foot up, all right? And there's a little thing, you know, to prop her foot up, all right? She is not gonna, this is not gonna be a drooper, I guarantee you guys, in the future. She will not droop for anything, okay? The hard part, the hard part is, getting her on there, man. You saw I had to, like, I didn't even get her in there all the way. I just noticed, they still see some of the peg. So you gotta push her in until the peg, I wonder how it is taking her off. It's a good question. All right, but I do intend to put this in a display case. All right, I'm not going to keep it in the box, even though the box is, it's not a bad box. As I'm going to say, it's not the nicest box I've ever seen. I'll tell you that. Okay. Anyway, so there's a flame effect for the sword, and then there's the sword. All right, I tried to put the sword on first, and then the flame effect. It would have been nice if they included instructions. Okay, guys. I had to go off of the pictures on the box, okay? So when in doubt, just look at the pictures in the box, and I figured it out, okay? So the flame effect, it's hard to tell which way it was going. That's why I was fiddling around with it so long in the video, right? Literally, the flame effect goes all the way up the sword, all right? So the tip of the sword is almost at the end of the flame effect here, and there's a little cutout there so you can slide it up in there. So there is definite rubbage going on, all right? I'm pretty sure I scratched it, you know, that kind of stuff. All right, and then so there is a kind of like a rectangular peg, sort of. Yeah, it's like kind of a long rectangular thing, square peg or hole in her hand, and you put the peg in there, okay? Not too hard. You kind of have to figure it out, you know. It's not super hard to get it in there, but you have to get it in there just right. And then this little pouch of hers, it gets in the way. Okay, so yeah, it was a pain in the butt trying to assemble this figure. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so let's do a quick 360, and then Hades Omega will scrutinize this figure, and then we'll take a closer look at her. All right, hopefully this, for $150, she'll be worth it. Yeah, I have to reposition the camera a little bit already. Okay, I'm gonna look her over, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, I'm back. All right, and I like what I see. All right. Okay, let's start the scrutinization. All right, so we'll take a closer look at and scrutinize this figure if there's anything wrong with it. Okay, I have to say, it's near perfect. Yeah, I'll tell you everything all at the end. But we'll take a look. Like I said, we'll take a look at this cool base here. All right, we'll start from the base, and then we'll work our way up, like usual. All right, so the base has this flame effect. I'm not gonna lie, the flame effect, it kind of looks kind of prize figure-y, okay, but it's nice. All right, it's kind of cool. It's this kind of, the flame is this transparent color, orange. All right, it's transparent orange, and it kind of has some red tips and stuff, all sorts of different colors and stuff. The molding looks good too, really nice and consistent molding, really shiny. Okay, very nice. Okay, and it goes all the way around. It's already attached there, you don't have to assemble it at all. Okay, It goes all the way here. All right, all sorts of different colors. The molding looks super smooth. All right, and it goes to the sword. All right, the sword is actually the flame attached to the sword is different from this. Okay, you have to attach it to the sword. And so I looked at the picture on the thingy, okay, on the box, and it shows that that literally like the whole flame engulfs like the whole sword up to the tip. Okay, so I push it all the way there, and so I knew the flame is supposed to reach the other flame. All right, so the flame is supposed to reach the other flame. So you can see here, this is almost pretty much touching it. So that's what I did. I mean, I guess you can adjust it any way you want, man. But yeah. Okay. So that's the flame effect. Pretty cool. I like it. All right. With or without it, I think it will look good either way. Okay. I wish there was kind of an option to take it out if you didn't want it. I think you didn't really need it. But yeah, I think that's her, like, one of her powers. She uses like fire magic and stuff. Okay. All right, so there's the base. The base is this kind of rock material. All right, it looks kind of like a cobble, not like a cobblestone, but yeah, it's a stone. All right, she's stepping on a stone, and it's kind of like it's weird. It's not a round base. It's kind of like a rectangular shaped base, sort of, kind of. Okay, it looks good. It's painted gray. And like the molding doesn't look perfect, but it's a rock. It's not supposed to be perfect, okay? It's like a cobblestone type of thing. Looks good. Looks good, and it looks very stable. Yeah. Kind of rocks a little bit, but it's such a big figure, so. Okay, let's go take a look at her feet. All right. I'm going to tilt it this way. I'm going to zoom in on the feet. Okay, so there's the feet. This is kind of the only position we can view it in because the flames will block it, okay? So a lot of this figure has this kind of purple, yeah, it's like a kind of reddish purple color. All right, her outfit is like that. So the boot has this reddish purple color, and there's a lot of shading on this figure. For $100-something figure, yes, I want shading, okay? But there it is, okay? Yeah, so yeah, it is shaded. You can see it's brighter here and then gets darker around the edges. All right, the white kind of border paint looks really good. All right, it's nice and in the line, and nice straight lines and everything. All right, I'm surprised that there isn't any kind of molding for like the shoes bending and stuff. It looks like it's perfect. It's a perfectly shaped boot, guys. Right, she's not flexing her heel, her foot, the front of her foot at all. Okay, you can get. All right, there's a kind of like a bronze-colored band around it. All right, it definitely is a boot. It has a heel to it also, so it's kind of like I don't know. That's not a high heel, but it's like a mid. We'll call that mid heel. All right, it also has like a toe protector. That's that same bronze color. All right, it's like a toe armor is what it is. Yeah. It looks bronze or brass, something like that, okay? I would say it's more bronze, I guess. Okay, you can kind of see into the boot a little bit, right? And then it just kind of disappears. It's purple inside there also. They look real comfy, okay? All right, let's go take a look at the legs. Okay, I'm going to say a lot of the paint on this figure is matte, okay? And I like the matte finish, all right, guys? It doesn't reflect too much. It also doesn't look so dull like a flat finish, okay? So that is true for the legs. I can't really tell if there's any shading on the legs, but the molding is so good that it makes it look like there's some depth to it, okay? But it looks like there might be some shading around the knee, just a little bit, all right? They didn't go too much to town on the shading on the legs. It looks nice. She's got these long legs. There's that same bronze color on the top. It's like she's got these armored thigh-high stockings is what they are, right? On the top there. Very nice. The molding for it is really nice. It looks like it's like, you know, made out of metal, and it's all intricate looking. I can't really tell what it is. It looks like the wind or something. Yeah, something like that. Okay, it looks like it gets a little darker at the top here where it meets the metal thingy. All right, the border edge, the metallic, the bronze edge to it. I know that doesn't look very comfortable at all. Tell you the truth. Okay, we can't really see the back of her legs, all right, because her dress is kind of blocking it. Okay. Oh, okay. I found a problem here. All right, I just saw it right now. There's a little piece of red. All right, looks like there's a pen, like they, you know, they painted it in the wrong place or something. There's also like a little gray dot right here. Okay, you can't see the bottom of the boot there. All right, for the sole, and it's like a kind of brown leathery color. Okay. Okay, let's move up. And there's the AT field is what they call it. All right, that's the thigh gap. Right, she's got a thigh gap, guys. All right, and there's a little squish. It looks like there's just a little bit of squish. All right, I know people love the squish, right? They like the thick. She's a thick lady, I'll tell you that. All right, but she's very top heavy. We'll see that in a second. But yeah, there's the skin. All right, skin looks good. It's in my opinion, I kind of the skin is like kind of a flat color. There's no, you don't really see any shine off of it. I'm not a really big fan of flat skin. I would like it to shine a little bit. It's not like a matte finish. I notice a lot of the Chinese figures are like that. All right, but this is not a Chinese figure. Okay, but yeah, it's kind of it's not bad. It looks good, but it's a little dull. That's what I'm gonna say. All right, it looks pretty smooth. All right, I'm gonna go look at the skirt here. All right, she's wearing a. I know it's kind of weird. It looks like she's wearing like a skirt, like kind of like a sailor skirt. All right, and then there's like a top part to the dress that goes over everything. I wonder what it looks like under there. We'll just have to leave it up to your imagination. Okay, but the skirt is the same purple as the dress. Okay, and there's tons of shading in it. Tons of shading. And look at the molding. It's like moving all over the place. Very nice. It gets darker where the pleats are. All right. And then it gets lighter in between them. Very nice. Okay. And then there's this line. There's a border line that goes through everything. It looks pretty straight in the lines. Very nice. Okay. The skirt looks very nice. Lots of shading on that skirt. Okay. And then let's go take a look at. Let's go look at the middle part of the dress, and then we'll look at the rest of it. Okay. There it is. My God, my gosh, those are some big boobas. That's one of the things about Ariane is that yes, she has very big bosoms. Okay, so I don't know. It looks kind of like a leather color. This might be leather. All right, I think that's what they were going for. It's got a little bit of shine to it. It looks like it's a matte finish. There's these little bronze things for the sides hold it together, I guess. All right, and then there's these gray borders design all over it. Okay, doesn't look like there's so much shading on the front. All right, I think that's what they were going for. I think it's leather, but not quite, because the belt is this belt here. This belt looks like it's leather. All right, that's definitely leather. So maybe not. Maybe or it could be just a darker leather type of thing. Okay. The belt looks very realistic. It looks really nice. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. All right, and then there's the buckle. The buckle is that same bronze color. Lots of bronze on this figure, guys. Yeah, and it's like they're using the third hole here, right here. Okay, it's got they even punched the holes for the ones that she didn't use. Okay, very nice. Yeah. All right, and look at the border paint here. All in the lines. Very nice. Okay. All right, look at the chestices. It is enormous. Okay. She's got some big cups, that's for sure. All right. How it stays in there, I don't know. That's a good question. It looks like they're ready to just explode out of there. All right. She's showing like a lot of cleavages, and yeah, they're like squished in there. All right. They're like ready to explode out of there. but they're enormous. You get some side boobages action here. Same with the other side. Yeah, they're out there. There's a kind of strap around here. I don't really know what that strap is. Maybe it holds a different part of the dress or something. It's that purple color, okay? Or maybe it's to tie the puppies down, all right? Okay, let's go down back here, and we'll take a look at the back part of the dress. All right, so the front is all open. Okay, so you can see the lovely thigh gap, right? The AT field. All right, but the back is like it goes all the way down, pretty much almost all the way down to where the boots are. Okay, very nice. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit here. Let's take a look. We're gonna take a look at the bottom part of the back of the dress. All right, this is almost like a heart shape right here. All right, the white kind of design here. Everything all in the lines, very good. This one's it's a little bit out of the line right here, actually. Okay, it goes all the way around, and it goes around the back here. All right, it looks very good. Okay, there's a little bit of shine to it, so it's a matte finish, guys, and there's a lot of shading. You can see the shading around. They added shading around where all of these are. So my guess is they probably painted the purple first, and then they added the shading, and then they painted this white line here. How they get it in there so perfectly, I don't know, guys. This is magic. The paint artist did a good job. I'm telling you, man. It looks sweet. Okay. Okay, we'll go look at the top of the dress. All right, it's the same purple color. You can see the shading here. It gets darker, then lighter, and it gets kind of like darker on the top here. Overall, this is a lot kind of darker than this one. All right, we get some armpit there. Oh, look at that. There's some of that armpit here. Sure, I'll tell you now. The skin looks. Her skin looks a little too pale. I was going to say. Maybe that's just the way she is. All right, yeah. I kind of feel that the skin is like kind of too pale. She needs to get out in the sun more. That's what I want to say. Okay, she could use a little tan. Is what I want to say. All right. So it looks like she's wearing this leather kind of arm glove type thing. All right. Yeah, it looks like it's made out of leather. Very nice, and it attaches to like where her middle finger is, sorta. There's like a kind of like a ring thingy that holds it in there. And then there's also like a bronze like armlet, kind of like the stockings. Very nice. Look at the folds right here. Does it have any kind of shading? This one doesn't have shading, but man, the molding is really good. Look at all the molding for like, you know, where it bends and everything. Very nice. Okay, let's take a look at the other arm, and then we'll take a look at the sword. Okay, and the shoulders are exposed. There you go. Exposed shoulders. Get that armpit right there. And so, and it you kind of get that waki pie sort of kind of, but yeah. It's almost like a Chinese dress almost. That's what it kind of looks like. Yeah, so there's that same leather arm glove thing. All right, looks good. All right, there's her hand holding the sword. You can see the ring thingy that's holding the thing on there. It must be pretty tight. Okay. And then she is also wearing this belt here that has this little pouch here. Okay. There's the tip of the belt right here. Very nice. And there's the pouch. The pouch does have shading on it as well. Very nice. I don't know, really. It's something brown in there. I don't really know what that holds. Maybe it's for potions or something. Okay. Okay. And then there's the sword. I did look at the sword, and it's super straight, guys. Super straight piece of plastic. Okay, it does look plasticky, as I want to say. It does look like it's painted like a steel color or something. But the paint is good. All right. And it's very straight. Okay, you can't really see the tip because the flame is covering it. I guess that it's optional if you want to add the flame too. You could take it off if you want to. All right, there's a purple gem right here. All right, and then it looks like these kind of look like thorns or something. She's an elf. Okay, and there's the hilt. Her hand is holding about half of it. All right, and then there's the pommel. The pommel is like that same bronze color, right? Like that bronze theme again, all right? Very nice. There's another gem on the bottom there. There's not a whole lot of shading on the sword. I think the no, there's like no shading on the sword at all. Okay, but it looks good. It's straight. Some figures, they don't have straight swords. Okay, let's go take a look at the top part of the figure. Okay, there she is. She's got that smiling face. She's got like a kind of yellow eyes. Yes, she's got yellow eyes. Right, her mouth. She's kind of smiling with her mouth closed. Right, no, she's not blushing at all. She's like, I'm saying, she looks kind of pale. All right, I wish the skin had a little more expression, because look at how smiley that nice smiley face. Well, I can see a little dirt there. Okay, yeah, and then there's those long elf ears. Okay, they say like what, the longer the ears, the higher the class elf she is. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, she has like a, I don't know what color that is. It's kind of like a pink. It's like a really light pink color. Or even like a peach. It's kind of hard to tell. All right. Let's turn up the brightness. Okay, we're checking out the hair. It's almost like a gray color too. It's hard to tell, man. It's kind of like it's kind of peach or pink and a gray. Yeah, it's a weird color. All right, the hair looks good. It's nice and smooth. It also has a matte finish, so it kind of shines a little bit. There is shading on it. You can see it's darker at the roots here, sort of. It gets lighter, and then it gets darker at the tips. Very nice. It's very smooth. I did notice up here the molding is a little yucky, is what I want to say. Like right around here. I think that's some overspray or something. Okay? It's probably not the molding. Right, her skin is so bright too, man. Her skin is so bright, but her outfit is not very bright. So kind of, her skin contrasts a lot with her outfit, and the camera doesn't like it. Okay, she's got her hair in a ponytail. Oh, so I love them ponytails. All right, it looks like she's gonna kind of get this crown, kind of hair tie here. Very nice. It's got gray borders on it, and then it's kind of like it's got that leather color from the front of her outfit. Okay, it's very nice. All right, she's got some of the bangs and some forelocks going all. There's one here going all the way down this way, and there's another one curving around her shoulder. Sorry, it's so bright, man. There we go. It's better. Okay. And then let's take a look at the top of the dress. I don't think we didn't look at that yet. So yeah, it's kind of open. It's just really open in this area to, really show off that her chestices is what I say. It just opens up there. Like they didn't have to leave it open like that, but they did. All right, and then there's this bronze plate here. All right, lots of bronze on this figure. I guess it provides some kind of armor, and then there's a white border around the whole top of it. It's like a mandarin. Yeah, it's like a mandarin collar, almost. It's kind of open. It's open in the center though. It almost, like I said, it almost looks like a Chinese dress, a cheongsam. Yeah, almost. Pretty much. It's kind of like if you were to, it was a Chinese dress, but not like they were trying to go. It's kind of Western and Eastern at the same time. That's what I'll say. All right, okay, and so yeah, that's it, guys. We've looked at the whole figure. I can't really find any problems. There was that little overspray problem. Oh yeah. There was like a little overspray or whatever that was over here, down there. Other than that, it's perfect. I would have liked the skin to be. I wish her skin was a little less pale, but maybe that's just Ariane. She needs to get out in the sun a little more. The skin is a little dull. Okay, I wish the skin was a matte finish, kind of like whatchamacallit, the rest of the outfit. All right, there's a lot of matte finish. I'm not a big fan of flat finish stuff, guys. Okay, there is no gloss on this figure anywhere. All right. Nothing is, I would say, oh, okay, there is. I lied. The flame is glossy, okay? it's the finish is like they polished it a whole lot. All right, it's not painted, but yeah, that is glossy. But there's on the figure itself, there's nothing glossy on the figure. All right, everything is really dull. All right, but maybe that's just kind of her outfit type of thing. All right, but for the most part, most of the finish is in matte because you can see the light reflect off of it. But the skin is flat, and I'm not a big fan of flat skin. I would rather have it like a matte skin. It looks smooth, all right, but I think it could look smoother if it was matte. All right, it would look softer. Okay. Okay, and she looks very pretty, very cute. I like the pose. I like the flame effect. It looks cool. It does take up a lot of space. It literally takes up, with the flame effect, it takes up the whole stand here, okay? I just want to say, all right? And it's pretty tall. So it did mention it was either 250 or 260 millimeters tall. I can go measure that right now, all right? So we're going to go from the base here. And then all the way to the top. And I'm getting like, man, if you were to go to the ponytail, I'm getting like a 280 right there, all right? And if you were just to go to the top of her head, 270. So I think they underestimated her height. It's actually taller, okay? One says 250. I found it says 250, and then it says 260 on the box, where it's actually like a 270, all right? If you were to take it from the top of her ponytail right there. So it's a very tall figure. Okay, so yeah, so there is no official scale for this figure. However, I will go get a 1/6 scale figure and we'll take a look. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. I could only grab the Nero Claudius. Okay, so there she is. I was gonna grab the my Cosmos swimsuit figure because that was a 1/6 scale, and I couldn't get her out of there, man. There's just too many figures in the way. But if we were to put it together, all right, what you want to do is like look at the head. All right, look at the head. And look at the body and all that stuff. And it's like a 1/6 scale, guys. So I would say the saber, the head's a little bit bigger. All right. So maybe it's just shy of a 1/6 scale. All right. It's definitely between a 1/6 and a 1/7 scale. All right. Another thing you can do is look at the hands. All right. So let's compare the hands. Okay. Yeah, her hand looks bigger. Okay, guys. Look at the hands. And the feet would be another one, but yeah, she's kneeling down, so we can't really compare that. Okay. But the head, all right? The saber head, little bit bigger. A little bit bigger, all right? This is a 1/6. And then the hands, yeah, her hand looks a little bit bigger too. So I would say Ariane is like a 6.5. Okay, 6.5. It's not a 1. I don't think it's a 1/7, but it's not 1/6. All right, it's kind of in between a 1. So that's why I guess you would say this is like a non-scale figure, all right? All right, that's why they didn't provide anything. All right, they didn't provide a scale for it. All right, because it's not a 1/6 or it's not a 1/7 either. So, all right, because I would think most people's heads would be similar sizes. Okay, all right. Thank you, Nero Claudius. Okay, and with that, we're done with the figure show and tell. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. She's beautiful. Is she worth the $150? I would say close. I think you would if you can get her for $120, that would be a bargain. All right. This figure is supposedly more than $200. Okay, guys. This is a very expensive figure. Like you figure you can probably get one of them quarter scale bunny figures for pretty much a little bit more. Okay, so yeah, it's very nice. I think this might be my first Union Creative figure, and it's all right. I wish the skin was shinier. Okay, and that's about it. All right, and I wish it was like a proper scale figure. Okay, I think it's, like I said, it's between a 6 and a 7, 1/6, 1/7, somewhere around there. Okay, yeah, but it's nearly perfect. There's really nothing wrong with it, and the paint is very good. Okay. I just wish the skin was a little shinier. That's all. Other than that, it looks great. The skin doesn't have any kind of shading on it too. But there is tons of shading on the figure. There's a lot of shading on the figure. Don't get me wrong. And you know, these high dollar figures, you know, shading looks really nice. Okay. So that's something I would expect from a figure this expensive. Okay. So yeah, this, being my first Union Creative figure, I think this is my first Union Creative figure. It looks really good. All right, I'm impressed. I know a lot of their figures are pretty high dollar. All right, and yeah, and as far as I know, this is the only Ariane figure out there. So hopefully there'll be more in the future, but this is the one I got now. Okay. I guess maybe the anime wasn't that popular or something. That could be it. All right, but yeah, this figure is not easy to get. All right, guys. If you see her and you see her for less than $200 and you really want her, I suggest you snatch her up. Okay. But yeah, she's gonna be expensive because the box is really big and the figure is pretty big as well. So. Okay, but I'm glad to add her to my collection. I guess I'm going to keep her on the shelf with all the big figures type of thing. Okay, all right, thanks for watching. I will get some close-ups and 360s. That's the end of the figure show and tell. Out here. All right, guys, so sorry. I realized that when I was putting the box away that there's another part to it. Okay, there's a scabbard. All right, the scabbard comes with it. I didn't even notice it all. There's this peg that's coming. It doesn't even look like it's a peg. Like I guess it looks. You can put it on if you want to, but it literally just looks like it's part of the belt. You know, I thought this was the belt buckle, but it's not. All right, it's actually you're supposed to put the scabbard on there. All right, so I'm gonna go put it on right now, and then we'll take a quick look at it. Okay, there it is. I think you could display it with or without it. All right, it doesn't really matter. Okay, but yeah, that's where the sword goes. It's nice that they include it. Okay, it is a kind of matte black color or really dark gray, and I think, well, I don't know. That's like a gunmetal color. The tip is a gunmetal. All right. Same thing with this little design metal part here. Okay, and it's not hollow, okay, so you can't really put the sword back in it if you wanted to. Okay, it's just there for display. All right, and yeah, it looks pretty straight. The molding looks pretty good too, so. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't know that that it actually came. I was looking at the box and I was like, what is this? I'm like, oh, this is a scabbard. I didn't even notice it in the pictures, all right, but there it is. You can put it on if you want to. All right, here's we go.